I'm doing my question on answering my question for number 4. So in Caroline Kaiser's poem Pro Femina, it almost seems like she starts man bashing at the beginning, but like plotting. She says plotting to poison them, sensing behind the violence of his manner. So she's pretty much just saying because their violence, she feels like it's because of them they make women feel that way, so inferior to them. She also says, while men have politely debated free will, we have howled for it, howl still, pacing the centuries, tragedy, heroines. So it seems like stuff that's just given to men we must fight for because of our society knowing one thing for so long, our role and what is expected of us. She not only talks about men being like this, but she talks about women giving into these feeble and low expectations. In 2, she says, I take my theme, the independent woman, independent but maimed, observe the extant neckties. Sorry, I can't pronounce it correctly. What I think she means by that is she does everything for herself and does well, but she's still overtaken by powers of men that are pretty much out of her control. Neckties are almost like a leash put on her after being able to run free, and still there are those women who play their part in a man's play. She speaks of earlier times when women had no rights, and she says, impugning our sex to stay in good with men, commencing their insecure bluster, how they must have swaggered when women themselves endorsed their own inferiority. Wow. Anyways, aiming to please a posterity that despises them. So she gets angered by the women of earlier times when they would be proud to be somewhat of a sort of a servant to their husbands. I think Kaiser searches for a way to be without men and wishes that she was in a feminist utopia. Almost as if she means we would be better off without them than to be degraded by them. She then says, we will be cows for a while because babies howl for us, be kittens or bitches who want to eat grass now and then for the sake of our health, but the role of pastoral heroine is not permanent, Jack. We want to get back to the meeting. So I think she means that we will do our womanly role of mothering and all that, but after we want the seat at the table and we're part of the bigger plan. So yeah, I tried to answer that as best that I could. Have a good night.